and welcome to today's fitness briefing video for Wednesday, October 14th. Let's get started with the warm-up. 4 rounds of 20 jumping jacks, 10 PVC bent over rows, 9 PVC high hang power snatches, 8 arc pause slides, 7 PVC overhead squats. The PVC high hang power snatches are going to be in that snatch grip, feet underneath the hips, soft bend in the knees. You're just going to drop the hips, send the knees out, bring the chest over the bar a little bit so you can make that pocket with your hips, and then you're going to pop and high hang power snatch. Back down, pop, back down. Make sure that is generated from the hips and you're actually popping into the bar. I don't want to hear stories from your relatives or loved ones at home that say you were just doing this.
Because they tell us.
They're all watching you.
We get letters.
Judging. Okay, good. Do it right.
Your mom told me you didn't do it right.
She's disappointed. She's not upset. She's just disappointed.
Disappointed.
Okay, so, and then 8 arc pause slides. That's lobster grip. Hands outside the shoulders just a little bit. You're going to lean over into that forward hamstring stretch, flat back position. You're going to arc PVC up, pause at the top, slide it back towards the back of the neck, then slide it forward, and then back down. Up, back, out, and down, making sure that those elbows come towards the hips, out, and then down. Okay? And then the overhead squats, let's make sure that our armpits are facing forward, our elbows are down, and we're squatting. First time I've done that today. Okay, great. Good job. All right, after that, you're gonna run through the PVC group circle video, or Grower
I already fixed it.
video. And then you will do today's strengthening technique, which is a little bit more isolated arm and squatting movement workouts. In class today, we're doing our overhead squats. And while we can't necessarily simulate that at home unless you have a barbell with some weights, what we're gonna do is we're gonna do some accessory work that will facilitate us keeping those muscles strong that we use for overhead squat and working on good body position and control. All right, so what you'll need is a dumbbell or a kettlebell. I'll start with the dumbbell here. First one is 4 and 4, so 4 on each side, kettlebell or dumbbell windmills. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna stand with our toes pointed straight and we're gonna set ourselves up a little bit wider, so squat stance-ish, okay, width-wise of the feet. Then we're gonna angle the foot that's away from the weight a little bit towards our side here in this direction, okay? And then this one can be just a little bit in, doesn't have to be as extreme as that first one, all right? So what you're gonna do is you're going to bend this knee a little bit, stick out the hip on this side, okay? Bring that weight overhead, and then you're gonna take your arm on the inside of your leg, and you're gonna go down, setting the butt back, keeping stacked with the weight over the shoulder, over your chest. You're making a straight line from the weight through your shoulders to the floor. And then back up, and then down, and then back up. 4 on one side, then you switch sides, turn the feet the other way, that way, and you do 4 on that side. Whew. Not warm. Okay, so 4 on one side, 4 on the other side. Kettlebell windmills also can be done with kettlebell overhead as well. 3 and 3. Kettlebell or dumbbell overhead curtsy lunges. So same concept, stacking the weight over the shoulder. You're gonna take the leg that it does not have the weight on it. So if my weight's in the right arm, left leg, you're gonna bring it behind and then back up, okay? You're gonna do all the lunges on one side with the same leg. So there and back. 3 on that side, then you're gonna switch sides and then do 3 that way. If the curtsy lunge is giving you a balance issue, then just do a regular reverse lunge, okay? Still moving the leg that doesn't have the weight on it, okay? The other leg stays relatively in the same spot. Finally, 2 and 2 Turkish get-ups. Those you know, but just in case you don't know, we'll put the Turkish get-up video in the programming section underneath the strengthening technique. Okay, moving on to the workout, which is 22, 16, 10. Looks familiar but not. plate snatches, plate Russian twists, plate bent over rows, and then plate overhead lunges. So if you happen to have a plate, you're going to do plate snatches. You'll sit on the ground and do the plate Russian twist. The plate bent over rows, you're going to be forward fold here. You're going to bring the plate right to the chest, keeping those elbows tight, rowing up, pinching those shoulder blades, and then the overhead lunges, plate overhead, lunge, lunge. If you have a dumbbell or a kettlebell, you can do the snatches, either alternating single arm snatches, you can do hang snatches. If you have a kettlebell, you can actually do American swings if you want. The Russian twists are the same. The bent over rows, you can either do half and half single arm rows, or if you've got a decent weight on there, you can actually do a goblet row, same thing with a kettlebell, with both hands, that row position, okay? And then the overhead lunges, you can either do them single arm, or you can put both hands on here and do a overhead lunge that way, if you can maintain that position over your head. If it starts to get in front of you because of your shoulder mobility, then bring it down and just do a goblet lunge. Okay? That is your workout, 12-minute cap. Do your best to finish. If you're close, just finish it anyway. Finally, today's core work, or as I like to call it, watch Greg go to the floor and make an ass out of himself. All right, so first thing we're doing is we're doing 15 tiny scissor leg lifts, up and down equals 1. How big are the scissors, Angie?
They're tiny.
And here's what we mean by tiny. Can you see my feet?
Yes.
Okay, so I like to put my hands underneath my hips. If that helps you out to keep that hollow body position, you can do that as well. We don't want like the full hollow rock position, but I like to keep my shoulders off the ground just a little bit to keep a little tension in my lower abdominals, okay? The number one point my wife has told me to say is we need to point our toes, okay? This is pointed, this is not pointed. Point the toes. You're gonna squeeze the thighs together, and you're doing little crisscrosses all the way up and then back down. That equals 1, okay, with the toes pointed. What we don't want to see is this. Ow, that actually hurts. Don't do that, okay? That's bad.
Tiny scissors are your friends.
Tiny scissors are your friends. They're less likely to cut you largely.
They're gonna cut you so bad, you're gonna wish they never cut you.
Sure. Okay, and then alternating circle crunches, or the around the world crunches. Hands behind the neck. You're not pulling up the neck, you're just supporting yourself a little bit. Shoulders off the ground. You're going to go right, center, left, and then right, center, left, left, center, right. Yeah, you're going to do that 20 times. All right? Cool, fun. Everybody's having a good time. We'll see you tomorrow.